The holiday season is quickly approaching, and if you're keto like us, a lot of times you feel left out. Well, not anymore, because today we're tackling the most requested holiday dish, and that is stuffing or dressing. We don't call it that though, we call it stuffing, because you typically stuff a bird with it, but we're not going to be doing that today. But we are focused on creating that lush, buttery, crispy, crunchy stuffing that is made out of bread. We have found a legendary stuffing from the Chicagoland area, and we're gonna be trying that today. This stuffing looks really good, and it's a little bit different than what we're used to eating many moon ago. I will tell you that in the past, Sarah and I have tried to make stuffing and failed miserably at it. I made like an almond flour bread, and then I ended up just throwing the entire thing in the garbage because it just wasn't the same. But because of advances in the space, we have come across a product that we know is absolutely perfect for this recipe, and it's made by Hero, who is the sponsor of this video. So this is what they look like. These are the Hero Brioche Slider Rolls. They come in 3 packs of 6 rolls, and they are freezable. The classic French brioche is a marriage between bread and pastry, rich, buttery, eggy, with a light and fluffy texture. And these slider rolls have 18 grams of fiber, 1 net carb, 0 grams of sugar, 7 grams of protein, and 100 calories each. So many of you guys recommended Hero products to us, and so Sarah and I started ordering them a couple of months ago, and we were blown away by the 0 net carb tortillas, by the croissants, they're amazing. And all of their products freeze beautifully. And these are very special because both the croissants and these brioche slider rolls are both handmade in a bakery in Sonoma, California. These rolls are definitely a fan favorite because they have sold out 4 times and have a 3,000 person waiting list. So bring your own rolls and cook with them, and don't feel left out this holiday season. And Hero has given our Keto Twins community a special discount. Use our special link linked in the description and code TWINS10, and you're gonna get 10% off your purchase of $50 or more. So load up before they sell out. The first step to prepare our stuffing is you're gonna wanna dry out your bread. We're gonna be hand tearing for that rustic handmade feel these Hero slider rolls. We have preheated our oven to 200 degrees. We baked them at 200 degrees for about an hour until they were dry. We just want to say that the holidays can be a tough time for anybody that's living a keto or low carb lifestyle. So much so that I asked artificial intelligence to write me a poem because I cannot write poetry myself. So here's a poem about being keto during the holidays, specifically Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving Day, I miss the stuffing, the bread that I can't eat. It's so toughing. But keto is a lifestyle I've chosen to live, and I won't let bread take more than it can give. I'll feast on turkey, slathered in butter, and enjoy deviled eggs, a keto-friendly flutter, a salad with avocado, onions, and more. Will make my Thanksgiving meal a keto galore. I won't let carbs break my diet. With keto recipes, I'll stay quiet and enjoy the holiday with family and friends. With keto, my lifestyle that never ends, which I feel is slightly sad towards the end there. But
you can tell AI made that recipe because who eats deviled eggs on Thanksgiving?
A lot of people like deviled eggs.
Really?
Yeah. It is very important that your bread is dry before you make the stuffing, or it's just gonna be pudding. So we have toasted our bread at 200 degrees for about 45 to 60 minutes. We're gonna check on it now. Ah! Why am I touching this? It's hot.
Is it?
Ah! It's hot. So, listen.
Wanna eat a piece?
Listen. We're ready to go here. So there are so many stuffing recipes out there, and we decided to go with this one because it was featured in the Chicago Tribune, and apparently people have been making it for like 30 years. It's called Roy's Stuffing. Who's Roy? I don't know exactly. You're gonna be needing bread, of course, bacon, pork sausage, an onion, celery, unsalted butter, chicken stock or turkey stock. We're gonna be using turkey stock because it's gonna give it the vibe that it was cooked inside the turkey, dried sage leaves, poultry seasoning, pepper, and salt. Pretty simple. We're gonna start our mise en place, which is just basically cutting up all of our vegetables, which is probably what you should be doing. If you're cooking for people, pro tip, to avoid having a panic attack or a mental breakdown the day of Thanksgiving, try to prepare as soon as possible. Not like in October or something, but a couple days before or a day before. prepare all of your things beforehand so that it can go smoother. We're gonna dice up our bacon, onions, celery, and we're gonna get that cooking in a pan. So we've added 1 pound of bacon that I've cut into about 1/2-inch pieces into a pan, 2 stalks of celery thinly cut, and 1 medium-sized onion. I started the bacon a little early, and now we're gonna add in sausage. So we're gonna add in 1 pound of pork sausage into the same pan, and we're gonna mix it all together, and we're gonna keep on cooking it until it fully cooks all the way through, until it's nice and brown. So this has been cooking for like 30 minutes. We're gonna continue rendering this down for probably 10 more minutes, but the recipe did say to take out as much of the oil as you can. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna drain it into a little dish. All right, I'm gonna pour this into a separate bowl. We're gonna get on to the rest of this recipe. Oh my gosh.
Like meat candy.
We're using 1/4 cup of butter to deglaze this pan. There's not that much stuck on here because it's non-stick. We're gonna add 1 cup of turkey stock to this. We're gonna scrape down all the good parts. Combine it all, scrape down the sides of the pan, get all that goodness out of there. So we have 2 spices that are gonna go in here besides salt and pepper. You should be adding salt and pepper to almost everything that you cook. We're gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of dried sage. This is powdered dried sage. She uses dried sage leaves, which I think is different. And so if she uses effectively double this amount, I think that's way too much. So we're gonna start off with a tablespoon of dried sage, powdered dried sage. And then we're gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of poultry seasoning. We're gonna mix that all together. Yeah, here goes the sage. Here's poultry seasoning. We messed up. I'm not sure if it's gonna make a huge difference. We put the seasoning in the turkey broth with the butter, and I think we were supposed to mix it in with the bacon and the sausage and stuff. At the end of the day, it's all going to the same place. Next up, we're gonna be adding our breadcrumbs, our Hero Brioche Slider Roll breadcrumbs, into our mixture with the sausage and the bacon and the onions and the celery, lightly tossing them together, and then we're gonna start adding in our liquid with our spices in it, which we were not supposed to add, but we did because we're crazy like that. Next up, we're gonna add about 1/3 of a cup of the mixture at a time into the stuffing and lightly tossing it until we get the desired wetness. Texture, whatever.
You can add more of the regular turkey stock if it's...
I mean, it looks pretty wet. It smells amazing. I'm going to be dumping this into a large pan, and we're going to be cooking this for about 45 minutes at 350. Oops. Looks a little dry. And I feel like we're losing a lot of this liquid to the oven. I'm just gonna cover it with tin foil. We're gonna put this in for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna cook it uncovered for like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna try it.
Is it hot?
Mm-hmm.
Even with that thing?
Uh-huh.
Smells like Thanksgiving up in here. Love sage. Not only for like cleaning or cleansing the house, you know, but also eating.
Wow.
Super flavorful.
It's really, really good. It's different than what I'm used to eating. I'm not used to having bacon and stuffing. This is the first time I've tried it, and honestly, it's delicious. The bread is good. There's crispy parts. There's crunchy parts. There's soft parts. It's amazing. I would never guess that this had low net carbs, this bread. That's how good it is. It's buttery and, wow, this is like flaky. It's almost like pastry.
The bread
Pastry
is absorbed.
stuffing.
Pastry stuffing
Like,
almost.
yeah.
The bread really absorbed all the butter and the juices from the meat and the spices. It's just really delicious.
I don't know who Roy is, but he makes good stuffing.
And we did go ahead and sprinkle on some parsley just to green it up a little bit. So when in doubt, add some sort of herb to it. And like with this serving, I feel like maybe it's like one bun.
Yeah. The cool thing about this recipe, it's about half meat and half, not even half bread. The majority of the recipe is actually meat, onions, celery, and then you have the bread in there, but you're honestly only probably eating one bun worth of bread. And so one of those Hero Brioche Slider Rolls is what? 1 net carb.
So adding more protein is going to fill you up too faster. So it's kind of like a hack. A lot of stuffing is mostly bread with a little bit of meat here and there. You know, double the meat and you're going to have like a hearty meal that's also really filling.
Right. I knew it was going to be good, but I really didn't expect it to be this good. Definitely going to have to order more of those buns. Remember that this does sell out, and they do have other bread that you could use to create stuffing. But if you want the brioche rolls, please act with haste. And remember to place your order before the 16th to get it before the holiday. So if you guys want to see another recipe that's perfect for the holiday season, we made a sweet potato casserole that wasn't sweet potato at all. It was something else. That was an old video, though. If you guys want to watch that one, you can click right here and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out. I'm eating crumbs.